Hello, I'm Alex.
And I'm Calum.
And today we're talking hand-to-hand combat in this part 2 of 3 on assaults. Okay, so my Panzer Grenadiers charge into contact with your parachute rifle platoon. Despite your defensive fire, what's going to happen next?
Well, now we engage in brutal close quarters combat. You roll 1 die for each team that is in contact with the enemy.
Am I hoping to beat or match your unit's hit-on score like in shooting?
No. In an assault, you're trying to roll for your skill rating or for your assault rating if you have one. Your Panzer Grenadiers have a skill rating of 3+, so you need to roll a 3 or more to hit me. You may also notice that your Panzer Shrek anti-tank team has an assault of 4+ in their notes. If you look at the back of the card, you'll see that for the Panzer Shrek team, you need to roll a 4 or more because they are less capable in close quarters combat.
Oh. Okay, so these 3 scored hits. What happens if I manage to roll my skill rating?
Well, then you pick a team that is in contact with each of your teams that hit, and it's destroyed. When you hit infantry, like my parachute rifle platoon, there are no saves. If you pass your skill test, they are destroyed instantly.
Alright, but what about tanks?
If you had assaulted on an armoured team like my M4 Sherman, you would get 2 choices. You can use the anti-tank rating of one of its normal weapons against the tank's side armour, or you can use hand grenades and other explosives against the tank's top armour. These improvised weapons are not shown on the unit card, but they have anti-tank rating of 2 and a firepower rating of 1+, and every infantry unit in the game has these.
Okay, so let's say I assault your Sherman with my Panzer Grenadier platoon. I hit your M4 Sherman with my Panzer Shrek team, and how does all this work?
Well, it all works in basically exactly the same way. Same as the shooting phase, and because you're using an anti-tank weapon and not improvised explosives, your Panzer Shrek has an anti-tank rating of 11, so I need to beat that with my save. I have a side armor of 4, so even if I roll a 6, I won't be able to equal your anti-tank rating. Just like in the shooting phase, you will then roll a firepower test to see if my tank is destroyed or just bailed out.
Okay, if I just hit it with one of my MG42 teams, I'd use the improvised weapons, right?
Yeah, and in that case, I'd roll a die and add my top armor of 1, hoping to beat your anti-tank rating of 2, which I do.
Right, so the Panzer Shrek is a lot more effective. Okay, so I charge in, I hit, and I destroy 3 of your teams. Does this mark the end of the assault? Have I won?
No, not quite. I might have a chance to fight back. The assault has only been won if all defending teams in contact with the assaulting team are destroyed or bailed out, and all other enemies within 4 inches or 10 centimeters of them are also destroyed or bailed out.
Okay, so you still have some units left, and I'm out of attacks, so what's going to happen next?
Well, this is where I get an opportunity to fight back, to counterattack.